This family lives in Japan. They got their green card, but they cannot come just yet. The child was much younger, just graduated elementary school, going to junior high, and into a very prestigious elite school in Japan. They're planning for their future. How can they come to the United States? That was a couple years ago. Now the child is 16, 1 year, or 16, almost 17, 1 year away from college. But suddenly everything came crashing down. And Cathy's team did a fantastic job, plus a miracle 551 stamp that happened that allowed them basically to re-enter. I'm going to walk you through the story, mostly because people don't realize how incredibly difficult it is to get back into the United States, even if they already have a green card. So many people don't know. If you're a green card holder, you're supposed to live in the US. And if you leave the US for over 180 days, you might get in trouble. The trouble is they might confiscate your green card. They might cancel your green card. 180 days, a year, 2 years. It gets harder and harder the more longer and longer you leave. But here's the problem. The family, they're planning to come to the US, but they don't quite have everything ready just yet. Their investment EB-5 program advanced too quickly. They got the green card too soon, right? You don't hear that very often, but they got the green card too soon. The child was still too young, so they are still based in Japan. They went to a really nice elite school. They don't want to relocate yet. They want to finish their at least high school education in Japan so that they can come here for college. But now the green card is expiring. Their 2-year green card is expiring. Their reentry permit is expiring. They only have 2 weeks of summer break in order to leave Japan, come to the US. They need to fix everything in order for them to go back to Japan, finish their last year of high school so that when they come for college, they can smoothly get in and go to college and establish their life. So everything depended on in these 2 weeks. Cathy's team had to do the following. Prepare the entry package so they can get into the US with a nearly expired green card, with a nearly expired reentry permit, and having been gone of the US for nearly 2 years. But everything was successful. They came in. That's step one. Step two, next day filing the green card renewal plus the reentry permit. That was very difficult to do because their green card doesn't quite expire just yet. So we had to pre-file an expired green card when it's not expired yet. We don't know if that will be approved yet. We are still making the petition. It might take 6 months, but this is our one shot. Because if we don't do it now, then they leave, a green card gets denied, they don't have a green card anymore. That would be a big problem. Filed a green card renewal when the green card wasn't expired yet, filed an emergency request, the reentry permit. At least that was the plan A, just so you have these two things. Oh, and then an expedited biometrics, because again, the kid was 16 2 years ago when they applied for reentry permit. They didn't have a biometrics. Now they do because they're over 14. So have to file the I-90, file the I-131, and get an emergency biometrics to get their fingerprint so they can leave. Fingers crossed in hopes that within 6 months, within 1 year, once they're studying in Japan, that the new green card will come down, the new reentry permit will come down, so that next year after they graduate, they can come back to the US with an entry package, which with all of this, so that they can convince the officer that they did not abandon their US home, right? That was plan A. Plan B was to also get a 551 stamp. The problem with that is 551 stamps typically take a long time to schedule to even go to interview. 551 stamps you typically have to get when the green card is almost expired. Again, the green card is not yet expired. We even have an I-90. They only have 2 weeks. They're in person. It was all a last-ditch effort. But the miraculous thing is that the officer approved it and stamped the passport with a 551, allowing his green card to extend for 1 year. And so even if plan A doesn't work, even if the green card is not approved, even if the reentry permit isn't approved, he got the 551 stamp so that he can leave and he can come back again next year to start his college admissions. so much craziness and hard work if to boil everything down, and having to do that within 2 weeks, having to pre-plan everything, pre-prepare everything, come in, file next day, hope it happens, because you have one shot, one opportunity. If it doesn't work, it's gone, and there's severe consequence if they go back to Japan, if the green card is denied, if the reentry permit is denied or not issued or lost or stolen. Now the kid cannot come back to the U.S., even if admitted to an Ivy League. Even if, everything goes smoothly, that the father gets a 10-year green card, if the whole family moves to the U.S., the child might not be able to come, might have to postpone their college by a year, might have to get an international student visa to come. Think about all the major consequences just because they want to finish their high school abroad while having a green card. You might think it should be simple, right? A very prestigious family from the elite society in Japan shouldn't be a problem. Should just be a request. But look at all these little nuances that had to happen within a very short period. And we've been preparing this for months in order for them to execute it as well. But again, Cathy did it. Very happy for her. And it's not the big wins that I want to, crazy celebrate. Of course, we celebrate the big wins, but it's these little tiny 551 stamp that really paves the way for comfort and peace for the next year that I think deserves a video and celebration as well.